Oh wait, not yet, not yet. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's do it. This is where we just left. Z-Dubs has arrived. The Danganronpa viewership has assembled. Maybe I can get a truth bullet from this hammer. Huh. Okay then. The second you got the notification. Dang. Must have been delayed. Oh, I can look at the transcript. Equipment room. Maybe I should check somewhere else. First the nurse's office where our food was found, then the equipment room. Taco was found. That gum smacks, am I right? I haven't ate it yet, because it's like, it's really minty, but I'm about to. I had the lads over for a romp through the medieval lands, and well, let's just say, that was over. I discussed, what I was gonna do, and I decided I would take a stream. Because I can't really stream tonight, I gotta do other stuff. I don't know. I mean, it's super minty. Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly. Nice. Mystery. What was that noise?
What?
Medieval. I missed such an ultimately rare event. Nice. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna eat the gum. Here we go. Oh. Oh. Yeah, we played Dungeons and Dragons. Very interesting. Do 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 do. Where is the stairs? Here? Where? Yeah, it's minty. Oh god. It's not even that bad. Like, my tolerance must be terrible. Celeste is here. Yeah, why would they leave the weapon? That's a good point. Oh, what? It's blood packets. Could be useful to stage a murder. I'm not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I am simply going around, seeing if Hero might be hiding somewhere. What about you? Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing in my mind is how someone could have moved Taifumi's body.
Let's see.
When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes, indeed.
But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. When you got back, the body was gone. We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Then the killer was able to get in and move Haifumi's body in that short amount of time.
Indeed.
I can't think of it as anything less than impossible. Huh. Alright. I don't see anything. What do you think, chat? Medieval mouse brother. Oh, that's creative. What do I do? Oh, snap.
Oh.
It's a cleaning cloth in a trash can. A cleaning cloth. And it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. But who would need to do something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Huh. Interesting. I mean, we've been to the repository as well. Where else could I go? I mean, I think this murder happened so fast, so... all the clues are gonna be on these floors. Oh, dorms. Whoops. Oh, wait, hold on. Jeez, man. Okay. Got any ideas, chat? Where to look, what to do? I already looked in the rec room and it let me leave, so I'm guessing there's nothing else to find there. Talk the fat man. Wait, he's dead. Oh no. I don't know, man. Maybe I really have to do it in this order. Now I go to the physics lab, I guess. This music's nice. Wait, I don't know where those two are. How do I talk to them? Huh. Don't tell me. I'll look. Huh. Yeah, that's super weird. I mean, I guess Byakuya is just... Oh, I can't see the dorms. That sucks. Use investigate. Oh goodness. Stream doesn't get these inside jokes. Also oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Okay. Alright, let's check the school, I guess. There's not gonna be anything in here. There never is. That's a D&D reference, by the way. The girls' bathroom. What if I try and go in there? Oh! Oh, this is the boys. I was about to say. I would say, Makoto, you naughty dog. But why? Why can't you? Okay. Wait, what? I don't know. Nothing's happening. It took him so long to spell back. Oh man. Let's look through this floor, I guess. Wrong chapter! Hold on a minute. Wait, what's back here? There's nothing. That's weird. I'm not going on there. So, Byakuya is probably in the library. If anywhere. Oh, come on now. Yeah, I really don't know what it wants. There's not gonna be anything in the physics lab. Please.
So then.
Come on now. It'll take forever. It's the same thing. How did I'm gonna do that?
So then.
This makes no sense.
Yes, indeed. Indeed.
And how did he get carried? Is that what it wants me to figure out? There's not gonna be anything in here. I haven't looked here, so who knows? Ah, yes, I remember the webcam. The poster switched back. Huh. This area has nothing to do with this case this time. Well, thanks for the subtle... oh, man. I just got an email. Fun. I'm about to rage. There's nothing else on this floor. I mean, I swear I've looked in here. I've looked everywhere. Please, game. And what is related to this case? Like, come on. I might have to Google this. I might have to Google this. Why? Like, I don't understand. Don't Google, you will be spoiled about the murder. The only thing I can think of do is it's like you have to interact with one of the bodies. Ah! What the f- What? You should go to Hero's room. So no, Hero wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember well. Penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression.
It's all clear now.
This makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What?
Goodbye.
Well, thanks, I guess. Alright then. I don't know why it took that so long. His room is back here. There's all kinds of weird stuff in here. Where do you even get it all from? Pretty grungy. Ew. Okay. What? Oh. Huh. Okay. Wants me to pick something here, I think. Maybe, yes, no. Toolkit? No. Oh! Oh! There's more big news. It's Hero wearing the costume. Okay.
I mean...
I have had the worst day. What? Where have you been?
Right.
I found Hero. He was jammed into the pool room locker. Wait, so are you telling me that if I went into the pool, I would have found her? Oh my god. I was literally in that room and I turned around.
Don't be mean!
You could have been a little more gentle about it. Like, I don't know, caress my face or something.
What?
That's creepy.
Well.
Never mind. I can't never mind.
It's nothing.
Never mind.
Hey.
More important.
And?
You need to explain to us why you're dressed like that.
I mean...
I have no idea. What?
Let me out of here!
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
Got it all wrong!
I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing.
It seems...
It's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. Oh, it's pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. You don't really have a choice. Let's help him. Took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hero out of the suit. Eventually, we got all the pieces off. Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hero?
So then...
More to the point, nobody but Hero would be able to wear that costume.
Honestly.
The blueprints were in your room as well.
Is that okay?
It is obvious to everyone that you made this costume. It's true, I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah.
Could it be...
The one who put this costume on and went around attacking everyone. Counter! That's wrong!
That's terrible!
Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the worst.
She actually agrees. Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far.
That's right.
Fair treatment, huh? Yeah, I mean, attacking blueprints? I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed them.
Please!
I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake Hero running around.
What are you saying?
You're the only one who can wear this costume. So who else could possibly be the costumed attacker?
What the heck?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on for yourself before you convict me.
Okay.
You.
Huh. See? Look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hero could have fit into this dumb costume.
In a huff, Hina took the suit back off again. Well, now you're all out of excuses. See, it's because you're a girl. If it was another guy, then... Makoto, go ahead. Eee! Against my will, I picked up the pieces off the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear
Just
this.
a second!
You are absolutely right. It seems this costume was made to fit Hero's body exactly.
But...
They must have one that looks the same, but fits them.
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
what the heck?
Evidence? You claim there's another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us.
Just the worst.
It's the only one without an alibi during this whole thing anyway.
That's terrible!
What?
I have no idea what's been happening. Huh. Well, let's tell him.
What the heck?
If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? Someone's been killed, right? Well, 2 people were killed. Taka and Hifumi.
What?
2 people?
Just the worst.
You did it. Oh.
Huh?
Those 2 are the ones that were
How
killed.
about that?
What?
So then,
Taka and Hifumi were fighting over alter ego, right?
I'm at least 30% right.
Alter ego must have done it.
correct.
Please.
What the heck?
I'm telling you, you got it all wrong.
Oh, so then.
That note. Someone slipped a weird note under my door. Here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. The last thing I remember is going to the rec room, then for some reason I fell asleep.
Hey.
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
Not a chance.
So,
The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that. Secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me. You must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Well, after being trapped here so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? Yahoo! They preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy it.
Just
oh
a
my
second.
goodness. Show us that note.
No way.
And he lost it. What a guy.
Please.
I wouldn't hurt a fly. I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason. It's been framed. Shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. We already know who did
What
it.
the heck? Just the worst.
You must be totally broke, and that's why. That's a false accusation.
What are you saying?
Just be thankful we haven't bound and get. Oh my goodness. If you have time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for your evidence, right?
What?
If she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye.
Makoto,
What do you want?
it would seem...
Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later, when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No. Pfft. To reject me so simply.
Anyway,
I need your help. You don't mind, do you? I do mind. No!
shall we go?
No, dude. Oh my gosh.
Hey, correct.
They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey,
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer?
anyway,
We have to hurry before the class trial begins again. Okay then, show me where the bodies are. I go the right way. Yeah. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid. But only for a moment.
so then,
Let's get started. Without hesitation, began poking and prodding the
I
bodies.
knew it.
Monokuma was right. They were killed using similar weapons. She was so calm.
I see. Hey,
The wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand. He did?
phew.
Oh my god. Screw off! He had a watch.
So then,
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? Most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. If you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6.
that's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys.
In other words,
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning.
however,
It's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something.
Makoto,
No one noticed that?
because
Richard Mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? What? Makoto's a nerd.
hey,
Huh. Just a little scrap of paper. It doesn't seem like much of a clue, does
is
it?
that right? So then,
Is how the killer was able to move his massive corpse. All the way from the first floor to the third and all without anyone noticing it? I just can't see how that's possible. Blow the head. You listen to kill these objectives. 3. Glasses were covered in blood. Now they're spotless. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses clean? No. I swear, man.
indeed,
Look at this. A wad of paper.
that's right. Indeed,
Hidden? What? Wait, so you...
why is that?
What?
Hey,
Oh my god. First you just disappear off the face of the earth, and now you're just like this. A note. Found the hole maybe we can use to escape. Akuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
so... However,
It's not exactly the same, is it? At 1 a.m. Hiro told us that his note said to meet at 1 a.m., but the note they wrote to Haifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m. I'm not gonna have to remember these
Is
damn
that right?
times. Just because Haifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him.
so...
I think there's likely some meaning there. There's some meaning to part of it being ripped. Think carefully. Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly?
So then,
If it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it, what if it was something more important? He ripped it off this piece of paper, I guess?
hey,
Definitely had their e-handbooks on them, so the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
is that right?
You didn't have to think about them at all. I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin!
Yes. 1 a.m. and 6 a.m. These are the times to remember you can look back at. Thank you.
Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Alright, here we go.
It would seem...
I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion.
Shall we go?
We have no information. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. As soon as we were all there...
Monokuma appears!
Huh? He's multiplied.
Wrong.
An illusion? I'm moving so fast it only looks like I've multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma?
Whew.
Boy, tough crowd.
You're not playing along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Hey!
Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train or elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's
pain
go.
train.
What the heck?
You can't run it away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins. That reminds me. Did you ever find the other costume or the note? Then it would seem we have our culprit.
Hey,
This isn't a place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
Let's go down there first. Then the story can really begin. Can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... someone right here. Then they walked toward the elevator. Once everyone was on board, a little cutscene. The doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. There's only 8 of them now. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop, opening up onto a cruel fate. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
You really hate me so much, but I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course, I'm gonna start it. I will never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break.
Yahoo!
I never hold out on you like that. Let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. So the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Do you want to save that? Yes. You like my Monokuma voice? I mean, my voice is a little hoarse today, so sadly, I can't really do what it is normally, but I think my voice works well for his voice. Open heat handbook. Why would I need to look at my tooth bullets, I guess? So 6 a.m. and 1 a.m. Heroes was at 1 a.m. The handwriting on this is not his handwriting, so he didn't write this. Only he can fit in it. So this is how we know the times. His broke at 6, so this is probably his note, because he died at 6 a.m. But why does he have his note? I don't know why that's there. Aw, that's sad. Just dead. Only Sayaka has the gold star. I guess there's like a way you can get everyone gold. I don't know how you would get Junko or Junko. Set skills. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it!
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
Don't try and deny it! You killed them!
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
She is creating a narrative
Points
here.
to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know!
Here we go. Time for some fun mini games. Use of heroes
Everything we found
messy.
in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true, it's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
Oh,
Everything we found in your room.
that's odd.
The blueprints, the suit parts. Nothing's wrong.
Okay.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So, Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he is not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
Oh!
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
What?
So, who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The Illuminati?
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What?
Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's
Makoto.
something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
Oh.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
Oh, I know.
It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Yep. I know.
I got it!
Wait, what? Oh, the tarp.
I got it!
I got it!
They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room.
What?
Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway. We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
So nice while being so mean, but maybe I can change her mind. I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. Old-time battles. Oh god, come on! The moment of truth? Really?
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere.
Oh, let's go.
I cannot.
This should prove it.
Dude, I don't even need the meter at the bottom. The beat is fine.
If you're asking
Oh my
for proof
gosh.
that the dolly moved, I have it. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room, and as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
What? What? Oh god.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
No,
I messed up. Yes, let's go. Okay. It's wrong! Yes, baby!
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
Come on, there's a bat in here. I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anyone in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
I'm taking it off because you can't take it off by yourself. Yeah.
I don't think taking off the suit was an option.
This gum is helping me focus. I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing. It's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. You don't really have a choice. That's helping.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it before we rush to a verdict. Shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up. So we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office,
Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
It's a rather intense scream for someone like you. A strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed, blocking the stairs, so I headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then... At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect.
Is that Spanish?
When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Whose body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Were you hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Oh god. On the Kuma file. Okay.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice
I
Hammer
missed
3,
that.
while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Oh, I can look at it. Oh, thanks. Well, that doesn't help at all.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Ah, okay, I
What
missed.
makes you say that?
I missed it.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3,
Is there a speed up
while
button?
Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
Dude, it's not like this is unrelated to anything. What is this truth
regarding
bullet?
Taka's death, I wonder
Dude,
if he died
oh my
before
god.
Hifumi, or perhaps it was after.
It's like
We already
as
know
soon as
what
you
order
fail
they were killed
once
in.
due to something that makes
Taka came
absolutely
last.
no sense,
What
I'm
makes you
just
say
done
that?
with these trials. Like,
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
what is it? There's only two things to choose.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
There's no other things to do it on.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Shoot!
So, regarding
What?
Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
There is nothing else to hit it.
Shoot!
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
Is that even true?
So it's obvious Taka came after.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
What do I do? There is no other options. There is no other bullets.
Regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Oh my god.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before, or perhaps it was.
We already know what order they were. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
What? What is going on?
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So,
what?
Regarding, I wonder if he died or perhaps.
There's nothing else I can do.
What order they were killed in.
There's nothing else I can do.
Shoot!
I really don't understand it. So we just lose. It's not my fault the game doesn't work. It's not fair. What even happened? Like, there is no other options.
I refuse to give up yet.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Shoot! So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Why?
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
What is that? What is that?
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if
I am
he died
so
before
confused.
Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
On what segment? You can use it on anything!
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3.
So now I have this.
While Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the
No, it's wrong.
It's such a random thing that I never...
There's no reason to assume that the
was
hammers
used
were used
one
in the same
other
order as
time
their
in the
numbers.
past 9 hours of this game.
If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Oh my goodness. What? Right. Right. What? Oh, that was right? Wristwatch. You have to punch the letters, apparently. I thought you just pressed it once.
Now I understand.
I'm not reading chat.
I got it. Taka's... See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
Don't need to get
It must have gotten
spoiled.
broken when he was attacked by the killer, because as of last night,
It's almost 10 o'clock.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those Justice Hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe. When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body. That's totally true! We're all in the clear!
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up!
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room. And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time!
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway!
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said...
More than a minute or two. And move his body in this short amount of time.
His body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the 3rd in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another... No!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was... alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you've heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
It was made for Taka.
Are you saying that when we first found
But,
Hifumi
like,
in
I
the
don't know
nurse's
whether to use
office,
this or whether to use
there's a
one of
chance he was
these.
actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we
I'm gonna
really
do this
so
and it's
sure
gonna be
about
wrong.
that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
So do I need to do
Are
this
you
again?
saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's
Because this
office,
doesn't work.
there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Screw this game, dude.
Shoot!
It's like, I know what to do, but your game mechanics don't
Are you
work!
saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
Oh.
there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Oh my god.
Shoot! Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
I guess I just need to
It is impossible.
spam triangle on some
Hifumi
random
was
thing.
dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
God.
Shoot!
So you take it from the last one and put it to the second to last one? I don't know. It's so stupid. It's like unbelievably cryptic. Like, I know what you want me to do, but none of this makes any sense without... It's just like they explain it like it's some freaking...
I refuse to give up yet.
I actually don't believe it. I can't. Oh my god. Oh, I can't.
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance you...
No, Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body that Hifumi's dead, and that is...
Are we really so sure about maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery?
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance you...
No, it is Hifumi was dead,
And you know that how?
surely you heard the body that Hifumi's dead body had been found.
No,
Like, that doesn't even make sense! I had to rewind time in the real world?
was the
What?
body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
I hate these stupid mini games.
But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
Immersion destroyed.
So there's a good chance we made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
Well,
What do
he's
you say,
gonna...
Monokuma?
Yeah.
Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty. He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Second body discovery announcement. The first time we played is when we found each body in the nurse's office in the equipment room. The second time was when... Oh my god! That doesn't even make sense either. Because he wasn't dead, but they're saying that he died when you found them.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the
Oh my god.
when we rediscovered the two bodies.
Oh my god. This makes me want to read an actual book. Because the game parts of this game are absolutely unforgivable.
It didn't seem weird at the time. But it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, meaning he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that Josephine is still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
No, that's wrong!
It's Celeste. It's Celeste.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can. I got
It's triangle.
It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean, and the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was... Princess Piggles. From Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
And it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
What? Sakura.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside, which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
Ooh.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
See. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
What? Wait, what? What did he say? I didn't hear what he said. Hold on, I have a minute.
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro.
I mean, Hifumi's pants is terrible, so it's gotta be Taka.
That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Hubby!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
It's seriously scary. Oh. Okay.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Oh, no, there is spot.
Huffy had the note, right? then the person it was intended for must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to me?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter!
I know what to do.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, it's wrong.
You don't gotta tell me the answers in chat. I'm not gonna look at it, okay?
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. You've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Okay, fine.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note...
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository, so he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus! Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Jesus.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
What? What's my phone?
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, How could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi? What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Oh my god.
Shoot!
I am starting to lose interest, which is very dangerous.
How did nobody... Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make it! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice...
No, it's wrong! The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No. It was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. And for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Whoever did that was the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Okay, I'm not gonna be able to use
Based on the
this.
rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive, assuming the rule holds true.
No, it's wrong! Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, If there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the
Why would
case's
he do
events,
that?
Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies.
It's
By
obvious.
creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
We already know.
I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Amazing.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved.
Wow.
But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
I already know. Get her out of here!
My answer.
Get her out of here!
It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit from brain fat, lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were...
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
I would just like to point out that I was casting sus on her and her only while this was happening.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up. Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
You must really be enjoying this. The sight of us sitting around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. Just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room.
Oh, she didn't know
Then
the second
Makoto
one.
showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto.
Yeah, she
Once
shouldn't
we
have
were in the
known.
hall, we ran into Celeste, and the 4 of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
What do I do? Do I strike his? That's not a contradiction. Oh my god.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here.
Oh.
We are going to die. And that is all.
And that's all it takes. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said, they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. Just.
No, that's wrong.
And we win.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, Just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
And you were in the suit.
You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
What? What? Is this a trick question like the first one?
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away.
Oh, that was worded.
I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Bullet time. Bullet time battle. I might actually enjoy this. Never mind, it's not a bullet time battle. I get to suffer. Fun. You get the costume, the blueprints, and the message.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way! You dressed me up in that, then you just draped it. You tried to make me look
like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could...
No, it's wrong!
Oh, man.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that, because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate? Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate? Celeste? Clearly! You want to cram me into your little guilty box? Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yes, Suhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hakakure!
Wait, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
What do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
I got it!
Oh!
That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal, but he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say?
Ah.
To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Then I have to do the ebook. E-hammer.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is...
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to
No!
convince me,
Screw off! It's gone.
that's the only truth there is! Moron!
Hifumi he wanted us to know the killer. If there's one person...
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times?
Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth, and since you have no way to
No, it's wrong.
Make her show her handbook and we're done. We won.
That's it. The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
God. This is what I'm talking about. As a game, who wants to make a comic book for 20 minutes? I do not care. But as a story, as an interactive experience, there is nothing like this experience. There's nothing like Trigger Happy Havoc that I have experienced before. And that is wonderful. I appreciate it so much for making courtroom drama entertaining to my demographic of teenagers who would normally think that's boring. But somehow they thought it was a lovely idea to make all of these mini games that are just oh god. Oh god, what was his number? Was it 4? The first one was a Celeste. It should be 3. I think. Oh no. Oh, and it's not even bloodied yet, so it doesn't even matter. I can't believe he actually did that. What? What is that? 1 a.m.? It's not manga, so that should be right, I think. Oh man. Oh no, he's looking at his wristwatch, so he went up. But you should have at 6. Here we go. Well, it was a little after 6, I guess. That's 7. Whatever. It's clearly a wristwatch anyway. This is a clock. What even goes here? I don't even have enough for this. I guess that's what it wants, I don't know. Oh. That's really sad. They killed Taka. Oh, which hammer was here? I think it was 2. Right? No, 2 is in the library. So that'll be 3. And this is when they found him in the library, so that's 2. Right? How did the killer recruit over? What is that? That's just his backpack. With chips? That's the only one that makes sense. What a lovely sound that is. I don't know what else
Here's
that could be.
exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
I like this song a lot.
First,
This track,
they
I guess.
convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
I didn't think Hifumi had it in him.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crime. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1, and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2, and an injured Hifumi, to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. he let out a scream to draw us back. And when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office, and once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act.
Made an uwu
Their
face.
plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Celeste. What is this?
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
Complete.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
What is that voice? C. C. Give me another C, baby. No. I've got like one... I've done terrible on one thing. Every time. I got more that time. Doesn't make any sense.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
Jeez.
Or, no. I suppose this is the end. Isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
That's tough. Once again, I called this from the very beginning. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was... Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty. Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then did you use, you know... I know you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. If everyone was still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into.
Say what?
Uh-oh.
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words,
Then you're the one that stole it.
Indeed.
That's right. At least she didn't sabotage it. That could have been like her one last thing before she died, but she's actually being a good sport about getting ready to die.
I see.
Right again.
Actually,
Alone. It's about what was stolen. I know who did it.
are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it.
So then,
Proof?
Damnation! Say what?
as for me,
It's... He threatened me.
as for me,
And then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
What?
He would oh my gosh.
Damnation! Say what?
It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. She's psycho. I'm going to kill him.
Unforgivable!
Oh my gosh!
most unfortunate. Actually,
To escape, he has made you his target.
indeed.
Also, he can keep her to himself.
Completely unforgivable!
Honestly,
I swear I will save her!
actually,
Like to join with me? It just so happens I've come up with a plan. I've devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. Oh, nothing. Ifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Ifumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. It's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But...
'Cause you're stupid! Oh! That's mean.
Let's see.
I'm so glad you're oh my god. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry. But when you were explaining your plan to Ifumi, how do you explain the part about him playing dead? Asking us, what was Ifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you would actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead when someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He's on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. What? The plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Ifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. Stereotypical. I just matched a lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Ifumi ate it up. Believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
So in the end...
Wow. But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
Oh my gosh. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Nice on by
I
Yakuya.
wonder about that.
He derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
And what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. The moment our new lives here began, my only thought has been escape.
But...
How long have you been saying how we have to accept living here?
You little bitch!
What?
Hey!
I hated it from day one? Oh my gosh.
Bitch!
This is fine.
I had a dream. Giving up on my dream
Honestly.
forever. There was no way that I could ever do that. The underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. What was that dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in an European castle. Huh? To gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers/bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life, there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be done.
my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You're really able to kill your own friends for it.
Oh,
That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
It's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. There's simply no room for understanding.
what is this?
Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? Oh, she's crying! She still feels sympathy for her, and then she feels nothing. My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. That's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I could come back as Mary Antoinette.
Hey,
You just get executed again. It looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. That weak fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You all done?
Okay, then let's get rolling. The plaque can disturb the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
Oh!
What? Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why, actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone.
Oh, we're gonna get the laptop back.
Perhaps
Nice.
we'll meet again. In another life.
That's subjective. And here we go. The ending to chapter 3. The burning of the Versailles witch. Oh no! Oh! That is terrifying. And this flames slowly approach her. Oh, she was screaming. Wow. What? Jesus. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. For him to just come along and...
Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of the regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez. And here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
I'll throw it all in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down, one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided.
Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
How strange.
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key-type object from Celeste?
Hey!
What's the deal with that?
What?
What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey.
What did you do to my body? What?
Ooh, how exciting. Hello. Well,
Maybe she is a spy.
Get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of
see
course.
ya later.
Alright, see ya. Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and despair. Although it wasn't all despair, there was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you?
So...
It's the key to one of the dressing room lockers. Huh.
Hey,
To miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we better go check.
Indeed.
Fun. The dressing rooms have cameras though, right? Oh, this one?
Hey,
Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
Please, let me go.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
well then.
It's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, alright? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Girls are like total pushovers and you show a little backbone.
Shall we
Oh.
go?
Uh-oh.
So then,
We need to get into that locker. This hat, unlock the locker. Open the saw. Ah! I stayed quiet the entire time. Oh! Can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school?
You.
So why you wanted to come here with me?
However...
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know. It just makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that...
Indeed.
When you do that... it's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too? No. I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? I believe in you, the police. Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
And maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then...
That's fine.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see... Oh, snap.
Correct.
Doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in this strange closet there, way in the back... Whoa! Why was she in the boys' bathroom? Revolving door, and I made my way to the outside.
Correct.
It's a secret room? Volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Student registry? You must not leave. I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. A strange sensation. It's like deja vu. It's words. You must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? I'm a goofy goober! Whoa! What is that? Opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Oh no, she's gonna be pissed. Oh, that's not good. What? What? It's just an anime battle.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
I've
The
made
deal?
a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
What?
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
Oh god. 7. Oh. The Super Robo Justice President. Leon killed Sayaka. Monokuma killed Junko. Then Leon got executed. Then Mondo killed Chihiro. And then he got executed. Hifumi killed Taka, then Celeste killed Hifumi. And she got executed. And that brings us up to now. Why is everything green? Next morning in the dining hall, the day after Celeste's case. That's sad, but well, that was an interesting session, now wasn't it? I called it from the beginning. Celeste was the murderer. She was just creating a narrative the whole time. It was just kind of obvious, to me at least. I think that was better than the second case. I do like the weakest character and the strongest character. I liked how that was, like, they were opposites and those two died, and it wasn't really like it was just a murder, just like he just snapped. While this murder was a lot more planned. It made a lot more sense than the second one. And, like, once I understood what they were doing, like, that one kind of had, like, a motif of having to take the flashback bullets and using those. And there was, like, X's coming out on the stuff you had to hit. That was neat. That was neat. I thought that was good. Overall, I still stand by that the trials are getting worse and worse the more complicated that they make the minigames. Like, I understand making them harder, but if you have to drastically change the gameplay for each minigame just to do that, like adding an entire button for the rhythm minigame, like the having the flashback bullets that I forget about because I go like 6 hours in between each court case and I'm not going to remember something as trivial as that was only used once. Stuff like that. And it's explained horribly. You barely get any time to experiment with it. You're just kind of screwed. I don't know. I'm a little heated. It's not my favorite, but hey, it's good game. It's good game. It's maybe the anime is what I'm looking for. I don't know, because I heard there's an anime for it. I'm not paying money to watch it. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, that's all the time I got for now. I might try to do another stream later this week. I got school, so probably won't. So, yeah, that about wraps that up. Trigger Happy Havoc, Danganronpa. Chapter 3 is now complete. I think we're halfway done, at least. Right, yeah. Thank you all for watching. For those who did, I will see you next time. Goodbye.